Welcome to Common Sense Conservatism. I am Lincoln Chrysler. All thoughts and opinions are my own. It has been months, several months, since I've made one of these videos, but I am still getting likes and follows and such, and thank you very much for that. If you're watching this video afterwards, if you're still picking up what I'm putting down, tell a friend, invite them also to follow. If every one of you managed to do that, we would have like over 10,000 people following this thing. If you do listen to it, watch it, like it, share it to your timeline, tell a friend, get them to listen to it, get them to jump on. So I haven't posted in a while because I've had things going on in my personal life, and this isn't the appropriate forum for that, and you're not the audience for such things. But that's why. I haven't all of a sudden decided that this isn't a worthwhile undertaking, and let's face it, I could find something in the news to talk about every week. If anybody really wants to, feed me like $100,000 a year so I can quit my job and do this instead, that would be mighty gangsta of you, but I don't see that happening, and that's fine. So all that means is that I'll just be doing these as I can. Hopefully it won't be 8 months between videos, but this one is really near and dear to my heart. Provoked me to, come out of my hibernation again. The Afghan president, Ghani, has relinquished power. As of today, a few hours ago, this hit the news. The Taliban have taken Kabul after taking all sorts of other capitals, like provincial capitals. They've pretty much taken back the entirety of Afghanistan in a matter of in a matter of like 3 months. And now they have taken Kabul, and the president, Afghan president, has cried uncle, and there is now going to be a quote-unquote peaceful exchange of power. I heard they're probably going to institute Sharia law. She's pretty hot. That was a bad joke. But anyway, if you're an OG follower of these videos, or at least if you've taken time sometime in the last 8 months to watch the backlog, you've had more than enough time to do that while I've been dealing with other stuff. You might remember that in actually a little bit over a year ago, I recorded a video on military and foreign spending. It was like the second one that I ever did. And basically, one of the things that I talked about was how one of the cornerstones of common sense conservatism needs to be that we start minding our own business again. The liberals want the government to mind everyone's business and tell them what to do and tell them what to wear and tell them what shots to get and all this other stuff. And we're supposed to be the antithesis of that. And instead, our foreign policy, like forever, has regardless of party, it's not like Obama made all this stuff go away when he could have after Bush. He kept the troops in there also, and Trump wanted to pull a lot of them out. Whatever else you want to say about Trump, he was a big fan of us starting to mind our own business. With these other countries, and I think that by this time next year we'll be unable to tell the Afghanistan of 2022 from the Afghanistan of 1999. That place isn't changing. It's not. Those people aren't invested in their futures. The Afghans. I have seen on social media some people talking about how the Afghanis have been abandoned and all this other stuff. And it's like, we were there for 20 years. This war is just about old enough to drink. We've invested billions of dollars. And it hasn't just been the United States. We've led the charge, but our allies have invested money as well in Afghanistan. And we have thrown countless thousands of lives into a war that was never going to be won. And again, not just America, we've got the highest body count, but our allies have also lost people. Brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, that mean something to the people that they left behind. And, yeah, they'll never come back. We'll never get them back. We never should have sent them. I know that if I ever get into any kind of high political office, I am retiring from the military next year. And political office isn't necessarily on the immediate to-do list. But once I am set up, in my new life, in my new location, with my new job, with my new battle rhythm, it might be something that I chase after. You heard it here first. And if I did, were I to do such a thing, I would never advocate for the large-scale occupation of another country. Ever. Ever. Our stuff will occupy another country just long enough to explode. And then that matter will be converted into energy for the most part. And there will no longer be an American occupying force, animate or inanimate, in that area. And if the matter is not serious enough to be solved with a bunch of bombs, we will solve it diplomatically by encouraging the other countries to get their shit together. And if they can't get their shit together, we would walk away and just do whatever we had to do to protect ourselves from the consequences of them not getting it together. Maybe that would be nothing. Maybe we'd have to do nothing and just let them shoot each other. Maybe it would be some kind of retaliatory action if they decided that they wanted to do something. But under no circumstances should we be sending some kind of occupying force for 5, 10, 20, 30 years in another country. Nobody's doing it in America. Nobody's doing it in America. The Afghans were not abandoned. The Afghans had all this money, all this time, all these lives invested in saving them. And at the end of it, it took like 75 days for the Taliban to fuck up the Afghan National Army and their president to throw in the towel. This is kind of like if you had lessons, like karate lessons, from Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris or something like that. For 20 years, you trained with Chuck Norris every day. And then you getting your ass kicked in a bar fight by like some drunk fat guy. You know? Like, we were not just sending soldiers over there to shoot Taliban in the face, We were sending soldiers over there, like operators and shit. Not guys like me, but, killers, to train the Afghans how to shoot the Taliban in the face. And after 20 years, and all the money invested in the training and supplies and all that, they couldn't get it done. They couldn't even hold them back for a year. They couldn't even hold them back for 6 months. I looked up a timeline, an article with a timeline. This article is a couple days old. It's from Al Jazeera, which I'm pretty sure we can trust to report accurately on the goings-on in the Middle East. These are numbers and facts. 14 April, Biden announces plan for U.S. troop withdrawal. Withdrawal starts on May 1st. May 4th, the Taliban starts going after Afghan forces in southern Helmand province. They attack in 6 other ones. May 11th, they capture another one. June 7th, more than 150 Afghan soldiers are killed in 24 hours. Fighting raging in 26 of the country's 34 provinces. June 22nd, series of attacks in the north. UN envoy for Afghanistan says that they have taken more than 50 more than 50 out of 370 districts. That is like a seventh. Yeah, they took a seventh of the entirety of Afghanistan. Well, more than a seventh of the entirety by like 50 days in. That's like a rate of like a province a day at that point, on average. July 2nd, sudden U.S. troop withdrawal from Bagram. Bagram's like an hour from Kabul. This effectively ended our involvement in the Afghanistan war because Bagram's the big one. July 5th, Taliban says it's working on a peace plan as of the 21st. So in June 22nd, they controlled a seventh of the provinces. By a month later, they controlled about half. June 26th, U.S. promises continued support to the Afghan government. I don't know why we did that. We should have just kept our mouths shut. Afghan civilian death toll rises. Highest number for the months of May and June since records started being kept in 2009. August 6th, they seize Zaranj and a bunch of other provinces. And then, yeah, today was it. There's going to be a peaceful transition of power between the Afghan democracy and the Taliban. And these people can have what they want and get what they chose not to fight hard enough for or train hard enough for. If I had a chance to do karate for 20 years with Chuck Norris, I would not fall to a drunken fat guy in a bar fight. We need to never vote for people who will do this crap again. Ever. I don't care which side of the aisle they're on. I don't care if they're red or blue. Never again. Never forget. Thanks for watching.